Hi everyone, we're back together, and that means we have a new mystery guest and his incredible story waiting for us. Let's meet him.
I decided to flee Ukraine not immediately after the start of the war, but only after lawlessness began in the country. When human rights began to be violated, representatives of the authorities began beating people on the street. People are kidnapped on the street in broad daylight and sent to war to die without preparation. In general, no democracy, no freedom, no rights. Before crossing the border illegally, I studied the experiences of those who managed to do so. I decided to go to Romania and decided that I would go alone. I was used to being responsible for myself and I knew what I was capable of. And it seemed to me that a satellite would only be a hindrance in this matter. I prepared for a couple of months. I bought the necessary equipment and clothes. I started running and playing sports regularly to improve my physical fitness. I made a route and food plan. State measures have become more stringent. I learned that there are many more patrols and checkpoints on and near the border. But still, many people still manage to cross the border, and I also decided to take the risk. Moreover, I believed that things would only get worse in Ukraine. It's as if everyone around them conspired so that Ukraine would not win, but rather would be mired in the darkness. And now, the day has come. I took the train to one of the villages near the border and prayed to God that I wouldn't be caught right at the train station. But everything worked out. From this village, I plan to continue walking through the forest and mountains. I love the Carpathians. These are my favorite mountains. And I hoped that they would reciprocate my feelings and help me cross the border. The first 2 days I walked without any special incidents. It was summer. It was quite comfortable to sleep, not hot and not cold. But I still couldn't sleep peacefully. I listened to everything. Isn't anyone coming? It was very dark, but I knew that the border guards use night vision devices and thermal imagers. I hoped that I would be lucky and no one would notice me. But they noticed me. On the third night, I had to spend the night almost at the top of the mountain. I found a thick bush and climbed into it. Before I could fall asleep, I heard a buzzing sound in the sky above me. I realized it was a drone. He flew past a little and immediately returned and began circling above me. I became quiet. There was an idea to pour cold water on my cape in the hope that if the drone is equipped with a thermal imager, it will not see me. But then I realized that it was too late to do this. I've been discovered. I didn't know what to do and lay motionless. Then the drone flew away. I decided that I would not run anywhere, but would stay where I was. Firstly, it was very dark, and I knew that there were cliffs nearby. Walking at night was very dangerous. Secondly, I hoped that maybe they would take me for some kind of animal or something else and they wouldn't come for me. It is not clear how it is there and what is visible through this thermal imager on the drone. Maybe they accidentally circled me and didn't see anything, but my hopes were in vain. After some time, I heard that they were approaching me. Moreover, I heard sounds from at least 3 sides. Then I saw a faint flicker of light through the bushes. Then I realized that this was how they communicated with each other. Light signals. And I even began to hear the sounds of buttons clicking. All this happened within an hour or even 2. I was very tired from tension and fear. The previous 2 almost sleepless nights also took their toll. I was terrified. Panic began to overcome me. It seemed to me that they would just start shooting at the bushes in which I was sitting. And I shouted loudly that I was giving up. I shouted several times. He also shouted that I didn't have a weapon and that I could go out now. But no one answered me. I waited and asked several times if I should go out or what should I do. But the answer was silence. I felt that they were nearby and sometimes saw the light of their signals. I don't know how much more time has passed. I was about to crawl out of the bushes when suddenly I heard screams, the sound of a struggle, and many other sounds that were incomprehensible to me. Clearly someone was fighting someone nearby. Even very close, someone leaned against the bushes, breathing heavily, then ran somewhere. From the screams, I realized that there was an arrest in progress. Most likely the border guards are catching someone. But they didn't touch me. I continued to lie quietly in the bushes. After a while, I heard that people had left. I lay there for a very long time. My hand was numb, but I didn't dare move even when everything was quiet. Soon I fell asleep. Fatigue always defeated me. I woke up at dawn. It was already visible around. I lay still for half an hour or an hour, listening, but it was quiet. I slowly crawled out of my hiding place, and I couldn't understand at first whether I dreamed it or not. Maybe I was hallucinating because I was tired. I decided to look approximately in the place where I heard the loudest sounds the previous night. To my surprise, I found trampled grass from under which something could be seen. There were 3 packages. One of the bags was a little torn, and I saw that dollars were sticking out of it. Dear Ben Franklin looked at me from a hole in the bag. My heart began to beat wildly. At the same time, I wanted to run away as quickly as possible. But on the other hand, I needed money. I tore the damaged package and made sure that there was indeed money in it. Much money.
What do you guys think about it? Write in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel not to miss new stories about money and luck.
I decided that it was better not to take all the money. It is not known whose they are and how they will look for them. I decided to leave the 2 whole packages in place and take some of the money from the torn bag for myself and quickly put it in my backpack and scatter some of the money around. It's as if the package was torn and all the money was scattered by the wind. If someone looks for this money, he will not think that someone took it, even if he does not find the entire amount. I tried to leave this place very quickly. At the next stop, I already laid out the money and hid it in different places in my clothes and in my backpack. I knew that the border was coming soon. I was in a hurry, but tried to be quiet. Soon I came to the very border. I realized this from the barbed wire fence. This fence was quite low, and with the help of a sleeping mat, I overcame it quite easily. I went further and soon came to some kind of building. There was a police car nearby. I realized that this was no longer the Ukrainian police, but the Romanian one. With great excitement, I approached them and told them that I wanted to give up. I said that I was running away from the war and from the harsh treatment of civilians by the Ukrainian government. They took me to the nearest town. It turned out that they receive 50 or 100 people every day. Then they gave me special documents and released me. I was afraid that they would search me and find my money, but nothing like that happened. Now I'm in Italy. I found a good job and housing. The money I found was very useful to me, but I decided not to spend most of it on myself, but to use it to help people in need. I was tormented by my conscience about this money. They weren't mine. I felt it. And when I decided to help other people with this money, my soul became easier. And it was after I started using them for help that I found a good job, and everything worked out well for me in Italy. I am very happy that everything worked out and that everything ended well. If anyone is interested in how much money I took, it was a little more than 100,000 American dollars. I spent about 2,000 of this amount on my needs. The rest will be helped to those in need.
Thank you. That was awesome. Friends, don't forget to rate the video and subscribe to our channel. A lot of interesting things are ahead. See you later.